Bill, I don't think, you get paid for this. I don't.
Yeah, but you're the one that got David to do this.
Well, so I did my part. So I'm like thinking,
Yeah, but as these things go, and we've talked about this, there are things that change all the time. We don't even know if he doesn't have the coronavirus, and I can't afford. You can afford to miss some work. I can't.
Harry's not worth this.
Well,
I
can't
don't
argue
need a
that,
discount
but we're
for my
here,
service.
and I heard him back there with Margaret. So why don't you just knock him? Yeah.
All right, we're going in.
Okay. I'll let you go. Oh my gosh.
Hey guys, come on in.
You go ahead.
Help! Help!
Hello, Harry. I am so sorry.
Oh, whoa.
What?
1 second.
What?
This suit is only if you were to come tonight. If you were going to come tonight, you actually don't have to wear this suit if we're just videoing.
Oh, okay.
So you look hot.
I am
we'll
hot.
take care of you. But
Okay, all right, good. All right, well, give me a minute. Hello, Harry. I am so sorry that I cannot be there tonight. I am so disappointed. I know it's going to be a fun evening, a big night for you, your family, your store, the EMBDC, the Children's Museum, and our community. I was so excited about tonight that I went to Loeb's and bought me a new tie. I guess I'll save it for Easter, or maybe, if I don't make it through this, tell Margaret to bury me in it. Margaret and I went to Lamar in the 5th grade. Harry joined us in the 7th. He was such a goofball, so nerdy, that I don't think I even had a conversation with him until the 2nd semester of my 9th grade year. But he did play tennis. He went to his buddy, Frank Matheny, and said, "Frank, let's play on the tennis team this year." Frank said, "Harry, I don't play tennis." "Harry, you don't play tennis." Harry said, "Look at this. There's 10 matches. We can miss 10 days of school this spring." So they signed up. And as you all know, there are A, B, and C, singles and doubles. They put Harry and Frank in D doubles. They went 0-10. Lost every match. They won 1 set in 10 matches. They won 1 set against Wayne Academy. Now we all know Waynesboro is not the tennis capital of Mississippi. So then comes May and our senior trip. That time we all would go on a trip for 3 or 4 days. Our trip was to Atlanta. Frank Matheny was Harry's best friend, which was always a mystery to me because Frank was Clyde Matheny's son, who owned Clyde's place in Lauderdale. Over the last several months, Frank had been slowly taking pints of liquor from Clyde. He had 42 pints, legend says. So he put it in 3 different bags, and the day of the senior trip, that morning, Harry got Frank and Kim and said, "All right, each one of us take a bag. I can't walk on the bus with 3 bags of liquor." "Hey, I don't know about this. This don't sound good. We're going to get in trouble." Frank said, "Harry, hush. Listen to me. Just grab the bag, get on the bus, and act normal, natural. Don't be you act scared to death." Harry acted like a cat on a hot tin roof. Well, they make it to the back of the bus. They get it all situated. Harry's still fretting. "I don't know. What if they come back here? What if?" They got all the liquor hid, everything ready. Harry calmed down and looked at Frank and said, "I want all the vodka." So our friend Harry got comfortable with their little bootlegging operation. All right, y'all saw a picture going around of me and a bunch of my friends at a high school party. Doug DeWeese, Kenny Griffiths, Barry Ward, Harry and me, and many others. And did you notice that nobody else had anything in their mouths? We had a few cups. We won't discuss that. But we had, Harry Mayer had a Swisher Sweet cigar in his mouth. No other guy had a cigar or a cigarette that night. I don't know why he did it. I've asked him about it. He has no memory of ever smoking a cigar. It's not lit. It's not lit because, one, he didn't know how to light it. And two, I think he brought it so he would look cool. I never took Harry on another party. But that's not true. Me and Harry and Margaret and our gang spent many Friday and Saturday nights, all cars parked in a circle, a dead end or a circle somewhere in Meridian, and those Friday and Saturday nights I'll never forget. I had a meeting down in Biloxi, and I did need a new pair of breeches to wear, so I went to Harry's and bought a pair of what Harry calls slacks. So I got there that night. The next morning, I go to the meeting, and I get myself situated where I'm going to sit all day, and I take my chapstick and my reading glasses and some mints out of my pocket, and I felt something in this left pocket, and I reached down, and I pulled out a condom. Harry Mayer, after they altered my pants, put a condom in my pocket. And what killed me was it worked exactly like he wanted it to work. I felt like I was holding a bag of heroin. I couldn't get that back in my pocket quick enough. Another picture going around is a sign says, "Do not enter." One night, Harry was going to make the nightly deposit at the night deposit drop at Citizens National Bank in Marion, Mississippi. We all know that bank. You go to the drive-through, and you take a right. There's a little paved road that comes out on Confederate Drive. Then Harry was going to go home. So Harry goes through the drive-through, and he takes a left looking for the night deposit. Everybody knows there's not a night deposit at the back end of that Citizens Bank. There's not a road. Harry ran into the grass where it was wet and muddy, and he got his car stuck. He picked up the phone, called Randy Sharman, and you all know how he started that conversation. Chico, I'm in trouble. You got to come help me. Randy's thinking, what now? I said, I'm stuck in the mud at Citizens. Randy got his truck and his chains, and he went down and pulled him out. About a week later, Citizens had put up a sign, "Do not enter." That is the Harry Mayer sign. Citizens National Bank, Marion, Mississippi. Donnie Mathis and Harry are big buds. Everybody knows they're always playing jokes and pranks on each other. Donnie got the information from the Hair Club. He sent in Harry's name that he requested information about the Hair Club. So a week or two later, Harry gets a package from the Hair Club thanking him for his interest and asking him to fill out the form, send a picture, and he could join the Hair Club. Well, when he got it, he knew it was from Donnie. He knew it was a joke. He set it aside, but Harry was thinking about it. He thought about it for a day or two, and he thought, you know what? I might need to give this a try. So without telling Joyce and surely not telling Donnie, he filled out that paperwork sitting at his kitchen table late at night by himself. He had to go to the drugstore, get a picture taken. This was in the days before cell phones. And he licked that envelope and sent that off to the hair package. Only Harry knew. A week or 10 days later, Harry got an envelope from the Hair Club. He was so excited, he opened it up and it said, "Dear Mr. Mayer, we regret to inform you that you have been rejected by the Hair Club. You do not meet the qualifications for membership. We wish you the best." Who gets rejected by the Hair Club? It took Harry a long time before he admitted that to Donnie. And speaking of Donnie, Harry bought a Mazda RX-7, brand new. After about the second week, Harry went out, Tried to crank the car, couldn't crank it. Called Donnie. Chico, this deadgum car you sold me won't crank. He said, Harry, keep your britches on. I'll send somebody out there to see what it was. Donnie sent somebody out there. They got in the car, put a gallon of gas in it. It cranked right up. I gave my son-in-law a $50 gift card to Harry's. He opened it Christmas morning and said, thanks, Big D. I'll go buy one sock. Every time you go into Harry's, he's introducing you to somebody. Not just somebody from around here. Hey, David, do you know so-and-so? He works at Southern Pipe. Do you know so-and-so? I go to church with him in Highland. Oh, no, it's not that. It's, hey, David, this is Jim from Carthage. This is Sally from Sugarlock, or even JoJo from York, Alabama. Harry, I don't want to meet these people. Nobody else in your store wants to meet these people. If they're in our close circle, introduce us. But stop it on behalf of all your customers. At Rotary a few years ago, they stopped and said, all right, we go through the same routine, and we have a prayer, then said, Harry Mayer, will you lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance? And legend tells it that Harry stood at attention, placed his hand over his heart, and said, looking at the American flag, Our Father, who art in heaven. Now, that has been told as a true story. They're not going to let Harry lead the Pledge of Allegiance anymore. All right, folks, Harry may not be an athlete. We know he's not. He does dress kind of funny on some days, and he does run out of gas. But let me tell you what Harry Mayer is. He's a friend, and he's a true friend to all of us. That's why this room is full. I called Mike Womble and asked him, give me a story on Harry, and Mike said, David, the only story I can give you on Harry is the character of the man I know. And I said, well, let me hear it. And he said, well, let me hear one of them. He said, well, when my son had cancer and we went to St. Jude's, we were up there a lot. And I would run home and touch base and with Meridian and then run back up there. And I came home one day and my grass had been cut. And I asked my neighbor, who cut my grass? Thinking it was the neighbor. He said, no, it wasn't your neighbor, it's Harry Mayer. Harry Mayer didn't say, hey, Mike, if there's anything you can do, let me know. Harry knew Mike's grass needed cutting, and he went over there and cut it, and he did it several times. Mike said they would go, they had a hotel right next to St. Jude's. They would go to the hospital all day and come home. And again, back in those days, you called the hotel and left a message. And he said, David, we'd go to the counter, and the lady would give us our messages. And every day, Harry Mayer would call. And the funny thing is, the lady said, that same man called again. Happy Meyer called again. She thought Harry Mayer was saying his name was Happy Meyer, which I think that's a pretty good name for Harry, Happy Meyer. Harry, you are a dear friend. I love you. I wish you the best, and y'all have a fun night. All right, ML and Johnny, it's y'all's turn.